So I recently did this video where I talked about Tucker Carlson taking a trip to Russia, and part of that trip was going to a grocery store. And then we got into a big conversation about his lack of understanding, apparently, of exchange rates, the purchasing power of a currency, and much more, but it was a mess. Now you can go watch that video if you want, but if not, I'll just quickly summarize it for you. But like I said, Tucker went to Russia, and then there is this scene in the video, a bunch of groceries coming down the conveyor belt, and Tucker and his colleagues were taking a guess. Oh, yeah, I bet it's going to be about $400, and then it came out to be $100. So then Tucker seemed to be implying, wow, Russia, they got the upper hand over the United States. I mean, look at all these groceries we got for only $100. And then this carried into apparently a lack of understanding of exchange rates and all that sort of stuff. However, on that video, I had several comments where I guess I just need to add in a little bit more context and throw in a couple different angles and a couple other data points, because as you're going to see here from somebody named Michael, Tucker really just led him astray. Now, what was Tucker doing this maliciously? Maybe Tucker just didn't factor this stuff in. I don't know. I can't speak for Tucker, but I'm noticing that I don't know if these people are like Tucker Carlson fanboys or not, and I don't really care. But my point here is that this is an educational channel. We talk about trading, investing, economics, money, and this is certainly an economic issue. It's a Forex issue, right? If you're a Forex trader, you know all about what you're doing in Forex. You're exchanging currencies. So this is very relevant, and this is, I mean, like I said, Michael, he's just under a very verifiably wrong assumption here. So Michael says, both Russians with their rubles and Americans with their dollars can get more stuff while shopping in Russia. So that was where he ended up after watching this little video thing from Tucker was, wow, yeah, whether you're using American dollars or rubles, you just get more stuff in Russia. But that is simply not true. So let's take a look at a couple other numbers. So Michael needs to consider this, and for anybody that was thinking like Michael and walked out of that video saying, oh yeah, wow, look at Russia. They got their act together. Look at all this stuff you can get in Russia. Let's look at some numbers. According to Russia's state-run propaganda agency. So one quick note here. I mean, this is the propaganda agency. And while I can't say this for sure, I think hopefully we can agree that, yeah, there's probably, when it's a state-run propaganda agency, some fudging of numbers, maybe not total honesty. But I mean, think about this next statistic. And this is the best they could do with fudgy numbers. So, I mean, even if it's not fudged, regardless, I mean, this next number is pretty crazy. Over 60% of Russians spend half their salary on food. Now think about that. 60% of Russians, their monthly budget, their monthly what they get, their monthly wages, their monthly income, 50% of that gone to food. 50% out the window. In the US, that number is roughly 11%, the highest it's been since the 1980s, but still much smaller than most poorer nations. So remember the claim that Tucker was trying to make, that Russia's got some sort of upper hand, that they have, wow, look at Russia compared to the United States. Well, yeah, look at it. In the United States, right around the average 11%, which is super high. So think about that. 11% is already considered really high compared to the normal, but 11% compared to 50%, that's not even close. So I don't know how you're going to make now, and set aside, well, stuff here in the United States is still too expensive. That's fine. That's fine. My point here is that to try to make some sort of idea or claim or insinuate that Russia, and like Michael thinks, well, you can get more stuff in Russia. No, you really can't when you look at these numbers here. Over 50%. In America, yeah, you're looking at right around 11%. The average wage in Russia is 73,383 rubles per month, which is $791 with today's exchange rate. So Russia's got some sort of upper hand. Really? Could you imagine making $799 or $91 per month in the United States? How far would that take you in the United States? Because that's, as you just saw there, that's the average monthly wage. $791. And so do you see kind of the, wait a second. Yeah, Tucker, I'm not quite sure you were accomplishing what you thought you were accomplishing by trying to imply all this. Now, he clearly succeeded in creating this illusion, because that's what it is, illusion that Michael fell for, and I'm sure many other people fell for it, in terms of, yeah, stuff is just cheaper in Russia. No, it's not cheaper. Relative to what those people make, It's not cheaper at all. We get paid a whole lot. I realize, and I'm not debating the fact, yeah, the cost of living in the United States, yeah, we can have that conversation for sure. But if you're trying to imply that Russia has an upper hand, this is not the way to do it. And I will concede, maybe Russia does have an upper hand. I'll leave that open as a possibility. But in this exact scenario here, it's not here. This is not where Russia would have an upper hand in this regard. And all these numbers are proving it, including that one from Russia's propaganda, department. That's pretty rough right there. So that is the more context. Is no, you don't get the same. You don't get more in Russia. You do get more if you're American going there. That was the whole topic that was the whole point of the first video. I hope you see, yes, if you're an American and you take US dollars to Russia, as it showed, yeah, you're going to get a bunch of groceries for only $100. But that doesn't mean that, oh yeah, you just get more stuff. No, from a Russian standpoint, that they have no upper hand at all. In fact, bring over that $7.91 to America, and that's not going to go very far. That's not even going to pay for rent in most places. So you got to keep that in mind. So that's the extra context. I hope this helps. Michael, hopefully that you kind of see now where you went astray and thinking that you would get, you could just get more in Russia. And with this further data, this should, I hope, help you out. But for anybody else, as always, comments welcome below. If you have any other ideas, if you see any other topics out there like this, it's got to have something to do with economics and money. I'm not looking to talk about some sort of other bizarre topic. It's got to have something to do with money, economies, trading, investing. I'm always open for those suggestions. So let me know down below. But yeah, these numbers are actually pretty crazy when you stop and think about it. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.